Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. Now this week, as always, I've got a big unboxing of all the coins I've bought. I've got a box full of coins here and some bunk packs off to the side. And let's begin with not a bunk pack, there's some of those to get through. We'll begin with some of the classics. We're going to go in roughly worst to best order, so please stay tuned. I say the classics, if you know the channel and you know myself, then you'll know that I do like a little bit, or I do love a little bit of 50% silver. Lovely, lovely stuff, as we can see. We'll zoom in a bit, have a quick look through what I've bought more specifically this week. Beginning with a 1946 sixpence, lovely condition, George VI. Got a 1927 shilling, quite a worn one that one. 1921 florin, George V. Another 1921 florin. 1920 and 21, the first years of 50% silver, are very common as they were pumping loads out there to begin replacing the sterling coinage. 1942, a George VI World War II era. Yet another 1921 florin. We've got, and probably another 1921. This is very worn. Actually, I can't make out the date there. And the final one is pretty nice quality. George V as a half crown this time, and it is 1931. 1930 and 25 are the scarcer dates for these, of the half crowns to look out for. This one, as is all of these coins, is just sort of worth scrap weight, and that's what it was sold to me for, or the scrap weight of the silver content of each coin, which is half of its total weight. So there we go. I'll pop those up in the corner, and that's our first helpings of purchases, although we will actually zoom out now and get, if I reach over here, the first of the bunk packs, and it is a brilliant uncirculated coin collection from 1995. So a 30-year-old coin annual set. Bringing it out here, we can have a quick peek through and see what's inside. So here are the coins, beginning with that one there. This is the commemorative issue. This is the VE Day coin. So this is 50 years, apologies, terrible maths there. 50 years of VE Day. We recently had the 80th anniversary, which borrowed or used this same design on a 50p. Here it is on an old £2. Here's the other coins. We've got the big 50p, we've got the 10p, 2p, pound coin, penny, 5p and 20p. So this is a time when the 5p and the 10p were small, but the 50p was still big. So look at the size difference between a massive, thick 50p and the little 5p was a bit crazy. And so in years to come, in a few years, the 50p would be downsized. But there we go, there's the coins. Some of these, namely, I believe just the 50p for this set, is a new one. So here we go, warnings. This is a new coin for my date run. And at the end of the video, all these bunk sets I am going to be ripping up and getting the coins out of. So please click away if you don't want to see that. But for now, keep watching. At the end of the video, that will be what we do. Anyway, there's the coins. Rambled on long enough about those. There was some info here on the commemorative issue of the VE Day coin. And there's John Mills, the designer, who now has two coins with the same design, which is pretty cool. And then some info about the Welsh Dragon. We're a bit zoomed in, apologies. Yeah, some other info, as all these packs do. And I do keep these. I will just simply be sliding out the coins and cutting out the ones I need for my date runs, as we'll see. I'm going to pop that just sort of there to the top so we can see it just as a showcase of what's been purchased so far. We'll go for an old coin again and then return to a bunk coin. This here, I'm going to hide the coin. We've got, let's zoom in because it's a small coin, George III Maundy 2D 1800. So this is a Maundy tuppence, a Maundy 2p coin from the year 1800, which is George III, priced at £17. I got a bit of a deal and paid £15 for this coin. And here it is. I'm going to get it out of the thingy so we can have a better look. So let's just do that now. It is stapled, so I'll just fight this for a moment. Right, here we go. Very small coin, but we can see there, George III to the obverse. Very darkened background. It's really sort of, the fields are completely black, which is a pretty cool look. But then most of the portrait and then the wording is all brought out in that lighter silver colour. The best part of this coin though is this side, the reverse. Look at that, that's a really cool coin. But the really stylized 2, as the 1, 2, 3 and 4 all were in the same sort of font on these Maundy coins. We've got the year 1800 there to the bottom, and the legend around in the crown. A really historic coin, a coin I did not have. I did not have any of this sort of Maundy 2 pence. I think I had a post 1817 like recoinage 2p. I might do, I'm not quite sure, but whatever I have of the modern era, this is an early milled Maundy 2p. So a new style of coin for the collection, pretty good condition, lovely sort of effect with the dark background, bringing out the design. And as we can see from the pictures on screen while I've been talking about it, it just does a very pleasant coin and a very nice one just to have in the collection and own and build part of a wider collection. So very nice, and for £15, I think a good deal. Move that to the side. We'll return now to the zoomed out. There we go, with another bunk set. This one is from 1991. Got the nice design there. Let's get into this. So, we have again the coins. No commemorative coins this year. Simply the 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50 and £1 coin. This is before the bimetallic £2 coin, and so they weren't issued every year. Those other old style £2 coins like we just saw. Anyway, so there's the coins. Lovely, lovely stuff. 7 coins there, and again information in the booklet about all the interesting sort of history behind coin themes. This is 20 years of decimalization. This is quite a good read, seeing actually even just in 20 years how much they said, look, how much has changed, but little did they know so much more was to change all the sizes and everything going on, and the swapping out of the £1 coin and the £2 coin and so on. Yeah, lots of different changes since decimalization to now, or to this coin, and then to this set rather, and then from then to now. And who knows, more changes to come perhaps as coinage evolves. But there we go, another cool set. This one I needed the 50p, and I believe that is it. Once again, just the 50p. By the way, I didn't say these coin sets, these have cost me £10 each. And I believe if you go on eBay and type up, 1991 50p, 95 50p, they're about $8.99 or about $9.99, so I may as well, when I just saw these, just thought, buy the set, and pretty much, and they've got a £1 coin as there that I can exchange if I need to, so probably a better deal to buy the whole set than just the coin. I'm leaning over, we'll do one more of these sets before returning to some lovely hammered coinage and old stuff like that. This one, I don't feel too bad about breaking, as it is already a bit broken, but this is 1988. So let's have a look in this one. Once again, no £2 coin in here, but we have the £1 coin with a bit of a different design. Some of these £1 coins, with the £1 coins like this, the old round ones, I've got every design, but not every date, so some of these might be new. This one, the 10p from 1988, the big one, and the 50p are ones I needed. So I've got 2 new coins, maybe the third one there. Some other cool bunk coins. I said before, I do like the copper. Well, they're not copper at this point, or are they? They are. So they are copper coins. The penny and the 2p always look really cool in the nice shiny bunk, as do all the coins in there together. A very quick, brief look through, and as always, please pause and read if you wish to. This was interesting. I read this bit all about the royal arms, a very long-running theme on coins. Very, very cool. So there we go, and there's some of the specifications of those coins. And once again, that was a £10. This is really broken now, this outer bit. But yeah, £10 purchase for that one. Pop them there, you can kind of see 3. Right, let's go for this next. We've got 2 hammered coins. Didn't really make a big fuss about that at the start, but hammered coins are pretty cool, and these ones are very cool. So we've got a Charles I half groat. Let's zoom in. So this is a half groat, the ton. This is like basically telling about the mint mark we can see on either side, which dates this coin from between 1636 to 1638. So about 10, 12 years into his reign, before the Civil War and all such things. Date for this coin. £38 there. I believe I got it for 34, 33, or like a £5 off, something like that, which is, I think it's a pretty good deal. Again, I'm going to pause it now, rip it out of here, and get a closer look, and we can see whether it's a good coin for the price. And there we go, look at that. So I think a very nice coin, probably my best portrait of Charles I. I have a few Charles I coins, but the portraits are all pretty wrecked. And Charles I coins, a lot of them were, or at least were attempted to be destroyed by Cromwell to hide the evidence of, or moving on, destroying the old coins, introducing his own, and so on. So some of them are a bit rarer than others. But there we go, we've got the mint mark to the top. Whoops, very small coins, easy to drop. There we go, Carolus DG MBFet, so Charles, by the grace of God, King of England, Britain and France and so on. Very nice. We've got the 2 So some people do think this is a Charles II coin because of the 2. This is indeed just Carolus, just Charles I, and the 2 there stands for 2 pence. So a groat is 4 pence, a half groat being 2 pence, this coin's denomination. And we've got a lovely shield here. Which way up does it go? That way, I think. Yeah. Bit hard to tell because it's quite a rounded shield. Then mint mark to the top, legend around, and a lovely, lovely shield design. You can see pretty much everything we need to make out all the different quarterings and stuff, and the ornate border of this coin. Very, very lovely. So 2 coins left. Right, out we zoom. Well, 2 things left, I should say. One of them isn't really a coin, it's a set of coins. As you may have predicted, we've got another one of these. 1989. Now, unfortunately, I saw this for £10. I was like, ooh, that is good. But sadly, it does not have the £2 coins in it, the bill and the claim of right, the pair being worth around £50 in bunk. So sadly, they're not in here. As we can see, just the same denominations we saw previous. The £2 coins aren't included. I'm not quite sure why. Perhaps they were released later in that year. So when these were released at the start of the year, they didn't know about them, or whatever reason they had. But still a good set, and still 89, 10 and 50p are ones needed for the collection. And of course, these are probably all upgrades, the 20s and the 5s that we've seen, are probably better than the ones I've got from circulation, as are the 2 and the 1. For my date runs, they began with all just circulating coins, but I will upgrade them. If I've got these bunk ones, I'll be sure to upgrade them. Got a nice little wildlife theme going on in this bunk pack because of the pound coin there, the thistle pound coin. And yeah, does that... Oh, okay, there we go. I've already opened it, that one. This is what I mean when I open them. It's not really destroying them, it's just peeling that back, getting the coins out like this, and then these I can cut out and put in the date run. There we go, pretty cool. Now I'll leave those there, so we can kind of get rid of that. You can see roughly everything that's going on. And then the last thing is something I need your help on. The video now, we're about 12, 13 minutes in, I've been rambling on, but I will do that for a little bit more with this. This I bought for £1, and I had no clue what it was. Did a video before, didn't film it very well, and no one else really knew what it was. Under scrutiny, under research, and looking into all of the possibilities, I believe this to be a Philip and Mary penny. I've got the coin out, and I'll film it here. I'll also overlay some images of the coin because it's very hard to see. Here is one side, which has a shield on. You can see a long cross running through, and then a shield, a theme used on many hammered coins. Looking to the other side, we can see, very damaged, but we can see, a rose. So we've got a rose and a shield on a small hammered coin. What could it be? Well, either a William and Mary penny or an Edward VI penny. I don't know if you can, or if anyone could tell between them because of this condition. You can see some pictures now. I'll also show you a picture on a grid of sizes so you can see the diameter. But I am not sure how to differentiate between Philip and Mary penny, which I initially thought it was, and an Edward VI penny, neither of which I have. So annoyingly, I do need this coin, despite it being terrible and needing an upgrade, but it is a new coin for the collection either way. So do let me know if you can find out. That would be greatly appreciated, so I can label it up, put it in the collection as a placeholder for now, because I want a better one than this, but I would love to know what that coin is. There we go. We'll remove that bit of thingy that we used to slow open the coin flip. We'll zoom out, and that is that. There we go. Comment down below the best coin of these. I do like this one, I think. I like the 2 pence, but this one is my coin of the week this time round. Lovely little hammered half groat. But there we go.